Oh, thank you, Joe. We've looked up to you. You've been a great colleague. So I'm delighted to invite other board members just to make brief comments to you, just so you know you'll never be forgotten by this group. So others chime in. What would you like to say to Joe?
I'd like to say something. Dr. Castro, a big thank you for everything that you've done for our community. Your leadership style just changed the tone of how we do business in higher ed, and it contributed to a very tight collaboration between the CSU and the colleges. And I know that you supported all colleges and other entities, but it felt so personal for each one of us, especially for the small institutions. You helped elevated our role in the Central Valley, and is so appreciated, especially at the personal level. You've been a mentor. You probably didn't know, but you've been a mentor to me, a role model, and you influenced my style a lot. And I appreciate everything you did for our community, and your wife as well.
Joe, I'll go. I'm sure you've done this for all the presidents in the region, but thank you for the cases of wine you always send monthly. And no, he didn't do that. I better not find out he did it for everyone else too. No, I echo that. You've been a champion for transfer, and you know, I'm starting my 5th year, and you actually were first graduation speaker when I came here, and just so authentic and genuine. And I think that's what people admire the most about you, that you truly do care, and you're just willing to take the time to go places and be visible and to extend a helping hand. And so thank you for helping bridge those gaps for our students, and thank you for being so present. You don't send proxies, you're there, and people notice that, and we really appreciate that about you.
Joe, Jim Houpis here. As a former CSU provost, I'm familiar with the challenges you are facing, battling with the state legislators over steadily disinvestment in the CSU system, the need to have further budget cuts in face of growing enrollment. And I can't think of a better person to carry the flag for CSU. And I really do appreciate your connection between CSU and community college, because I think the future of the state depends on that strong connection and strong leadership that you will provide, in addition to the variety of community colleges. And I know you're leaving us, but I do know that we'll be in touch one way or the other. And once again, congratulations.
I'll chime in just real quickly. I think everyone wants to chime in, but I'm looking at all the group here, Joe, and if they're like me, we all feel like we're your best friend, and you're our best friend. You have a unique ability to make us all feel like you really care about us, and I think you really do. And so I thank you for that friendship, and you're an example of really, truly collaborative and conscientious and humble. You know, you're just very approachable. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I want to jump in and say, I just want to repeat what Claudia and Chris said. You really have made us, even those from small schools, feel like we mattered. You listened when we wanted to send you data. From the very first time, Joe, when I got here and I didn't know a soul in Fresno, and that very first meeting where you reached out really set a tone and made a difference. And I want you to know what Claudia said about mentoring us, even the things about the number of emails and messages that you wrote to your community about problems that you were going through, the calmness and the professionalism. Really did save a few of your emails. So I want you to know, thank you. You've made a big impact on a lot of us.
Joe, on behalf of COS, former Superintendent President Cara Sosa, and students from Tulare and Kings County, I just want to thank you for everything you did to make the South Valley Fresno State campus a reality. It was in the works, or at least in the minds of many of us, for over 20 years, and it took you less than 20 months to get it done. And it's a fabulous example of what can happen when communities and the two systems work together. So thank you very much. You will be missed greatly in this region.
I'll just jump in real quick. I'm not a board member, but on the tail end of that, Joe, echo Brent's sentiments and tell you, for me personally, who had 25 years in the Visalia, Tulare County area, he's not joking when he said the idea of a stronger Fresno State presence in the South Valley was something that I hate to use the term battled, but we certainly debated over for so long. And you coming onto the scene, I have to confess, in the beginning, I wasn't expecting it to be much different. So when you actually were different, and when you said, hey, that sounds like a great idea, and yes, we can do that. For me personally, and I know lots of us in the South Valley, you renewed our faith in the openness of the CSU system to the ideas and the needs of our community college students. So it's bittersweet to see you go, but we'll remain in touch for sure.
And Joe, I don't want to regurgitate everything that was already said, because I agree with everything that my colleagues have said. But, you know, I'm coming to you from Hanford, your hometown, and I want to say thank you so much for putting the Central Valley on the map. I think you're a perfect representation of our student demographics in this state. It's fantastic to see somebody of prominence from the Central Valley move up to be the chancellor of the CSU system. So you're making us all very proud. We're very, very grateful for everything you've done. Thank you. And we look forward to having you come back very often to visit us.
Dr. Castro, if I can just from a different perspective, from a parent who had a daughter that graduated from Fresno State with a bachelor's and a master's, I want to thank you for your leadership. Really was a great experience as a parent, seeing our daughter go there and the way you conducted business there and how the classes were. And you actually met with her once or twice and were very encouraging. So I just from a parent standpoint, thank you. Thank you.
Joe, on behalf of the Kern Community College District and its 3 colleges, I want to congratulate you and thank you for everything you've done. And on a personal note, I graduated from 2 of your institutions, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and California State University Bakersfield. So I expect you to take very good care of those 2 institutions for me.
Dr. Castro, I also, I'm new to the Central Valley, but I just echo everything that's been said about you. You welcomed me to the Central Valley. You made me feel valued in our institution as well. And you're, a role model, not only to our students, but also to aspiring leaders. And I think the most important piece that I've gathered from you is that generally you're a great human being. So thank you for everything you've done.
Dr. Castro.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Dr. Castro, it's nice to see somebody from Central Valley heading the CSU system, particularly at a time when we see it's a story of so many different Californias, the urban and rural. And when we talk about regions rise together, to have somebody from Central Valley who has a deep understanding of how Valley's economy depends on education, and you to be at the helm of affairs at CSU, that would bring a new era of emancipation and opportunity for the Valley students and really help regions rising together. Thank you for your leadership. Congratulations.
Well, Joe, I think we're saying goodbye again, but I think under your leadership and as a proud alum of Fresno State, we're really excited you're taking the helm, and that we don't have to explain to you the fantastic work that you have led and we develop in the Valley for Pathways. So I'm sure when Ben calls you, and that will be often, that you will always remember us, and cream always rises to the top. Congratulations.
Dr. Castro, this is Omid from Delta College. We didn't have a chance to work together much, but I love hearing all the comments about you. I wish we had more opportunities to connect while you were here in the Central Valley. But what I'm happy about is I like to think you're not leaving us, but that you're going to continue working with us, because I think, as you heard, a lot of the deep core problems around equity, digital divide, all exist very much in this area, and we need your help in solving them.
Well, on behalf of the CSU colleagues in the House, we couldn't be happier for getting Dr. Castro in the position of Chancellor for the CSU. And we're the lucky ones because I get my old boss back. And I can tell you the thing that makes me the most excited and happy is that I know that Dr. Castro is going to keep a spotlight on the Central Valley. And I know his commitment and his heart. So we'll continue to all work together. And I'm just so proud and just so honored to have the opportunity to continue to work with Joe.
Let me offer, hey, Joe, some of you might know that Dr. Castro and I have known each other for some time by service on some national boards. But I'll tell you, when I was announced to this position, he may have been one of the very first people that contacted me, sort of like Angel. And as important as that phone call was, the second phone call was to connect me with Ben Duran and to talk about the things that we could do differently in the Valley. And so this is part of the character, I think, of Joe that all of us are celebrating. And I will tell you, we all know these jobs are difficult, and these jobs can change who we were when we grew up in Hansford or Los Angeles. And so it's so important to have this kind of affirmation to remind us why we began this work and remain committed to also not just the work, but to remaining our authentic self. And I will tell you, like all of you, my interest in Chancellor-elect Castro's success is both is professional, but it's personal because as an alumni of the Cal State, as someone who learned how to swim on a Cal State campus, there's someone who taught as my first assistant professorship at Cal State Fullerton, and as somebody who then became chancellor of a UC. None of this would have been possible had it not been for the vision and the sacrifice of the Cal State system and those people that have led it. And now that Dr. Castro has the privilege to lead into the future. So I don't know that there's any system of higher education, and I know what I'm saying, as impactful as the Cal State and to the future of our state and of our country. And so just know, Joe, that you have here colleagues that will be there for you now and always in the way that you've been there for us.
Hey, Joe, you have made the trip west of I-5 every year that I have been here, and not many have done that. And that shows that your support of us as colleagues, your recognition of who our students are and what they need to see, and your support of our students in our region. And I am deeply grateful for that, and thank you. And I wish you nothing but the best.
Dr. Castro, or as you keep reminding me, call you Joe. I really appreciate the ability to work with you even for a short time. Like Angel, I'm a newcomer to the Valley, but I immediately recognized just how well you reach out to us to really create that network for education. And I'm very happy to see you attain this new position, as was said already. You're going to basically bring a different perspective to that office. And I think you're going to help us with the partnership that we need with the CSUs. And as was already said also, having been an alumnus of Fullerton and San Diego State, I certainly have ownership over the value of the CSU system. And I certainly appreciate the ability to help our students transfer to your institutions. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Dr.
on behalf
Castro?
of Fresno Pacific and your willingness to work with Dr. Joe Jones and intersegmentally, as an independent nonprofit, it's been, I know if he were here, he would say thank you for your friendship to him and also Dr. Parnell and the group that you guys have that connects on a regular basis. So thank you for that friendship and partnership and modeling intersegmental education. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Castro, I just want to thank you on a personal note first for the good of the group. You may not know this, but not only was I a Fresno State student, but I was one of the first cohorts, not the first, but one of the first few of the joint doctorate program when the UC was taking Fresno State under its wing. And it was that time when I got to meet Joe Castro, because he was one of my professors. And he actually served on my dissertation committee. And our paths have crossed again when he was appointed president. It was the same year I was appointed president at West Hills College, Coalinga. And Joe, I'll tell you what, from everybody, from the cohorts, from the JEDPEL cohorts to everybody on this call, we're so proud of you. And this is about Local Boy doing good. And we will continue to support you just like you've supported many of us personally and supported our institutions, and more importantly, supported our students. And we're just so proud that now you're going to be able to do so much more work and be bold on a state level. So congratulations, Joe.
Jose, so I just when I first heard about this, I mean, I was telling people that the first time I met you is you called me when I was at Merced College and asked me to go speak to one of your classes. And so we had the Tri-College Center, which still exists. It's a combination of relationship between CSU Stanislaus, UC Merced, and Merced College. And we went there, and I went in the door, and there was this kid up at the blackboard. He still used to use the blackboard. And I said, "Pardon me, is Joe Castro here?" And he goes, "I am Joe Castro." So we developed a relationship since then. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done. And I echo the folks that say we have a Valley person, a Valley kid that really, really made it and literally made it to the top. And it's just, you have no idea what that means to not only us, your friends who are here, but even others who are out there. So we will be calling on you. We sent Larry Salinas to keep an eye on you. And by the way, if anyone gives you any trouble up there, we know guys. So don't you worry about it. With that, Joe, thank you. Thank you so much. Stu?
Anyone else before we?
And I want to thank Lynette for speaking up for me as the other Central Valley CSU. But Joe, you have been just such an amazing leader. And both Lynette and I served at Fresno State. And I continue to hear from people about how much people love you on that campus. And now Saul's coming in to take over the helm. So it's a wonderful, wonderful legacy that you leave. And I know Saul will continue to support. So excited to have you as my boss now, as Lynette said, and we know we're going to do great things in the CSU under your leadership. So thank you.
Yeah. Well said, Ellen. Thank you for that. And there's two final observations I would share with you, Joe. And I'm trying not to replicate all the kind words that you've heard, but two things strike me. One is your staff's loyalty to you through everything. That loyalty is the consequence of your leadership. And I hope you're really proud of that. And the second thing is that when I first met you, today you're the same guy that I first met many years ago. You have not changed one bit, sir. And that, along with your loyalty to staff, I can't think of a better way to send you off on behalf of all your CVHEC colleagues. We love you. Do great work. We know you won't forget about us, and thanks for your leadership over the years with this organization. Final words from you, Joe, before we move on to the next topic.
Thank you, Stu, and thanks to everybody. Very touched by all your comments, truly touched. And I just want you to know the best is yet to come here at Fresno State, and I ask you to support Saul Jimenez Sandoval and his leadership. I know he's going to do a great job as our interim president, and please get involved in our presidential search. We'll be sending more details about that, but we'd love for you to participate in the open forum, which we think will be in February. So again, the best is yet to come here at Fresno State and across the whole Valley. Keep being bold. Thank you.
Thank
you, Joe.